what would you say is influence? Like if you could define influence, right? Like what would you say that it is?
Influence. Shit, if I could define influence, it's just basically, it's more, I feel like it's more example based. The example that you set for a motherfucker, and then being around that person, they kind of take with it from they want. Take with, for what the example that you said, they kind of take from it what they want from that. So, influence would, yeah, it would just be that to me.
So what? How about if somebody is, matter of fact, I'm gonna put it like this. A lot of times on Instagram and on social media, they got this new term called influencer.
Yeah, facts.
And basically what that is, I'm sure you know, but basically what that is if you can make something influential, that make you an influencer.
Right.
I mean, if you wear this shirt and everybody else start wearing it, you an influencer.
Right.
If you start drinking this new water and everybody else start drinking it, you an influencer.
Right.
So how you feel about people who is quote unquote influencers, but they ain't necessarily influential, like they ain't really got no substance?
Especially with the internet, we just go just purely off the internet. The internet is like a underworld where you can be whoever the fuck you want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
That ain't nothing but the truth.
You gonna build whoever the fuck you are. So you don't build substance off the internet. You know what I'm saying? And if you going to be an influencer on the internet and you're not influential, it's because of the life that you built. It's a highlight tape. It's the life that you built just based off of the shit that you want to show me.
Right.
You know what
I
I'm
like
saying?
that.
What
That's
you
fire
want.
though. Hey,
Yeah,
look,
what
a
you wanna
highlight
show.
take, because you don't see the whole game.
Hell no.
You don't see the mess ups. You don't
Hell
see what's
no.
going wrong. Dang,
Them
that's
Yeezys,
alright, nigga.
them Yeezys, nigga, you don't know a nigga.
Yeah,
got
I wish
them,
I would have thought of that.
Dog, you don't know a nigga got them Yeezys off of goddamn selling his goddamn baby mama ring that he was gonna give. Like, look, let me take this
Talk
shit
about
back to
it.
the crib.
That's
you know
crazy.
what I'm saying?
That's
Or
crazy.
goddamn ass out here not paying this bill, doing that. Like, it's a lot of shit that go into it, dog. I ain't mad. Show what you
I
want
ain't
to
never
show.
thought about that. Your Instagram, your social media life is your highlight tape.
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Damn, I
nigga.
wish I would have thought of that, nigga.
Cause
That's gold. That's
how
gold
many
right there.
times though? How many times have you been somewhere? You personally, and I know you. We go back though.
Yeah.
I know you an organic ass nigga.
Right.
But my eyes don't look right. You could be somewhere in a picture where I was going with it. Say you taking a picture. You take more than one.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, my eyes don't look right in this one. Shit, I was looking that way in that one. I ain't gonna show you all the shit that I took. I'm gonna show you the best one that I
Right.
got.
You done took 50 pictures to post 3.
Exactly. Exactly. It's my highlight tape. Dog.
Exactly. Right. So with that being said, right, how do you feel, and being that Instagram, Facebook, social media in general, right, is the highlight tape, and I'm gonna just use that as context. I love that. I'm gonna steal that. I'm stealing that. I'm stealing that. So, how important is it to be authentic as an influencer or as a person that's influential? Because when we talking about your reach to the masses, and I'm asking this, and this might sound like a rhetorical question. Of course, being authentic is important, but a lot of people, though, Giles, it ain't important to them.
Yeah, that's
As
right.
long as something look good, as long as it feel good, as long as it sound good, they gonna rock with it.
Right.
So how important is authenticity to you? What you think about it?
I think it's your motive, whatever your motive is. If money gonna move you, authenticity is gonna. If that's not what it takes to get to this money, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on your motive. I feel like a person that's a authentic person, that go back to your morals. Like, that's who the fuck I am. I'm not gonna change that for nobody. I'm not gonna change it for a check. I'm not gonna change it for this. I'm not gonna change it for that.
Right.
So if your motive,
Your foundation.
if your motive is money or whatever the fuck your motive is, if it's rooted in something that ain't authentic, it don't mean shit. It don't mean shit to people. I know authenticity and being. I couldn't attach me personally. I couldn't attach my name. Say I was an influencer and I had to promote a product. I couldn't promote a product that I don't 100% believe in.
Yeah.
Like 100% done the research. Like, cause niggas move for checks.
Yeah.
Niggas
Or
move for
even make it
checks.
simple. A product that you yourself don't even use.
Don't even use. Don't
Like-
even use. I can't personally do that shit. Detroit
would.
grown men.
I ain't go well, Jai. I would, nigga. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
I would.
I mean,
I would. And a lot of niggas to bring it back to money. And this ain't even supposed to be about social media or nothing,
Yeah.
y'all. This just how it's going. But
Yeah.
like, the thing about the money part is a lot of niggas do just be doing junk just to do it. Like, it's no financial gain, it's no financial incentive. And that can be a double-edged sword because you just carrying on however you be carrying on and you got nothing to show for it.
Right.
You got a whole bunch of followers,
Yeah.
nothing to show for it.
Right.
You an influencer
Yeah.
with nothing to show for it for real. You might as well get a job.
Yeah, facts.
Like,
Facts. I got 17,000 followers, and that shit fickle. And we know
Right.
it's the internet. Like, if I could give any message to like the young kids, and I ain't gonna go too far from the topic, but shit is fickle. You can have 17K tomorrow, and you could have fucking 12K 2 days later.
and it
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
mean nothing though.
It don't. It
don't
really
mean
don't.
nothing.
To some people like us that know the joy of real life outside of the internet, that shit don't mean a motherfucking thing.
Not a near thing.
Because I can put my phone down, nigga, and ride the bus and look at the scenery.
Jai, I tell niggas all the time, Jai, if the internet, if social media itself was to completely crash tomorrow, my life wouldn't change.
Exactly.
How many people can say that though?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, niggas would be sick.
That's real
Niggas
shit.
wouldn't have nothing to
That's
do, nobody
real
to talk
shit.
to.
Yeah.
That your life would be like, it would probably come to a screeching halt at that very moment.
Yeah.
If your Wi-Fi was to crash, if all these companies and everybody was just, you know what? No more Facebook, no more Instagram, no more TikTok.
Yeah, facts.
That'll be it.
That'll be it. And you know what's crazy? I've heard you say this shit for years. Niggas don't know how to talk to women no more.
Exactly.
Like you said, if your rap ain't strong, you know what I'm saying? Niggas don't have nothing outside of Instagram.
That's it.
I was watching the pod, and that's what you said. I was like, bro,
Jobs,
you been saying that shit for years, dog.
Listen, they ain't trying to hurt. Calling girls queen is not rap, nigga. These niggas do you hear
Talk
me?
your shit, bro.
These niggas, what's up, queen? Smile, queen. You beautiful.
God.
Cause y'all niggas is corny. And y'all niggas don't have no rap. Y'all don't know how to talk to women.
Oh my god.
And it ain't even about running game. Cause running game is different. When you run the game, that mean you putting on.
Yeah.
You trying to beat somebody, not you telling them things that ain't true. It ain't about running game.
Yeah.
But having game, that mean you know how to engage and interact with a woman on on a level that's beyond friends.
Right.
A lot of y'all friend zone niggas can't relate to that, but that's another story. Do you hear me? A lot of y'all niggas some friend zone niggas.
Yeah.
For real.
And it's just how you put yourself out there. And you know what's crazy? Like, on the pod, me and the fellas, we always say the same shit. Queen, ma.
Mm-hmm.
Like, women are going to put you in a category once you come to them like that.
Right.
How you doing today, queen? Come on, dog. You corny. Come on, dog. That's not it.
And it's crazy thing though, like niggas be thinking that that's flattering. Girls be joking y'all niggas like,
Exactly.
Did she look soon as she get dim?
Girl, look at this nigga. He calling me queen. He don't even know me.
like you know, like come on,
Facts,
cuz.
bro. Yeah.
So look, let me ask you this, right? Bringing it back to influence.
Yeah.
How do you think? What responsibility do you put on rappers and hip hop to give? I don't want to necessarily say a positive influence, but how important is it? Would you say that their influence is to the minds of everybody? Because hip hop is the vehicle for all culture.
Right.
If you don't know that, you don't know nothing.
Right.
Everything, don't nothing get nowhere without hip hop being the vehicle that drive that.
Yeah.
So as rappers or anybody who is in hip hop, what would you say, or how would you say how important that is for your influence to really be substantial and stand for something?
I would say it's probably one of the most important things, us, especially being black men, because we gravitate to hip hop before anything else.
Anything else.
And that's not even because of anything, but you could have grew up in a household where they played like this. You know what I'm saying? I grew
Peep
up in
the
a
wall
household.
too, y'all. Peep the wall.
Yeah. Grandma laced me, but I
the
grew up in a
wall.
household where they played stuff like this. When I get outside, you know, I'm still going to go. I have friends that listen to hip hop. I have shit that's going on around me that's based in hip hop. We get our dress from hip hop, all type of shit
Everything.
from hip hop. So I think it's not as, how can I say? It's not as important to a lot of artists to have an influence that is positive. It's just an influence, period. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick Lamar first album, We Go There, when they had this skit when he was like, last time I checked, I was the man in these streets, talking about Jeezy, but they was riding. And how many times have you heard of people like hearing the Jeezy song or this song or that song and say, man, I go kill a nigga.
Right, that's your soundtrack to go put some work in.
The softest niggas will still be on that shit. I'm ready for whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like having a good influence, it ain't important to everybody, but it's what you go out there and look for. Like we were saying, you know, learning what is out here. You know what I'm saying? Because at one end of the spectrum, we got Jeezy talking about, you know, what he talk about. Then we also got Big Crit talking about, you know, the black man being, you know, unifying.
Who still talk that talk though?
Yeah, exactly.
He still talk that talk, but it's still he get it up in a definitely more positive way that's progressive for people.
Yeah,
I think it's a big responsibility on the people though, cause a lot of folks, as far as influence, the people dictate what you do and don't promote for real. Mm-hmm. So if people is accepting of the bull, if people is accepting of, well, he can talk about whatever, we still gonna listen to it, we still gonna buy it, we still going to the show, so it don't really matter.
Right.
The people determine that for real. So this is my opinion. Mm-hmm. I think that it's to the responsibility of the listeners more than anybody to say, you know what, I ain't really rocking with that. I ain't really feeling that.
You got a point. You definitely got a point, because
if that's what you care about now.
But it also makes an artist more versatile, because now we not gonna try. The bag not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop rapping this. What I know, I gotta give them another dimension to me, and I don't blame an artist for giving you the bullshit. Oh, I go kill a nigga. I got the O's. I'm bagging this. I'm fucking this, fucking that. I don't blame you for that. But if that's what we gonna accept, right away, as long as you can, and then you give us other dimensions. So I do. That's
a good point. In addition to this, then when you gotta stop talking about this,
right.
You can talk about this and this and this.
Right.
Dimensions, just like you just said.
Yeah.
That's real important.
For sure.
And I bring up Future a lot, right? People be thinking that I be hating on Future, but Future's one of the most negative niggas that I ever heard rap a verse. Like, cause it's all this nigga talk about is everything that is degrading the whole culture.
Okay.
Like he probably single-handedly influenced all these young addicts right now on another level, like on the subconscious. Niggas don't even.
Yeah.
Ain't gonna get too heavy into that, but. Niggas love Future.
Yeah.
Nobody holds Future responsible for nothing.
That's true.
No, for nothing.
That's true.
And I said this on another episode. Like, the way everything about Future is corny for real. Mm-hmm. Like, and he even said in another interview that he don't even do drugs like that.
Yeah. He
just rap about it.
Right.
So all the lean that he claimed he be sipping, all the pills he popping, the coke he sniffing, he don't even do that for real. He said that on an interview that got millions of views on it.
Yeah, he did mention that.
You always carrying your baby mama. From what people say, you're not even a good daddy to the 10 churn that you got. But niggas put Future on this pedestal like he one of them niggas. Like, what we really talking about? Queen?
Yeah. what we really talking about,
Queen? What we talking about, Queen?
You know what? I never even thought of looking at Future like that. But you that's some good shit.
People accept it. They love this nigga.
Cause what is really crazy about it all is when he did Dirty Sprite 2. To the average person that don't come from where you and I come from, saying not the hood or the street or whatever the case may be, but coming from an era of hip hop where Lil Wayne was around, where we knew what that was, with that Dirty Sprite, Pimp C, all that.
Right.
These kids that's consuming music in this new age, when Dirty Sprite was around, it evoked the mind of the listener. What is Dirty Sprite?
Right. Let's find out.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to feel how Future feel.
Exactly.
I want my voice to sound like that. And I want to be spaced out.
And it was just to a point where a lot of people were indulging in that. Yeah. Like, for one, we'll get off of the I ain't gonna say the negative, but the promotion was A1. The cover of that shit was A1.
That was the jump. That's what made him who he is.
That was the pinnacle of Future.
That's what made him to a mainstream artist.
Yeah.
He won't underground Future no more. He won't my fingers, they itching. They
Right,
itching
right,
for
right,
the
right.
pay. He want that Future no more. That Dirty Sprite 2 catapulted him to that mainstream
Yeah,
level.
he definitely
White folks start listening to him.
Yeah,
You hear me?
yeah.
White
That's
people.
that's when his audience brought in the most, because Dirty Sprite is everywhere.
Yeah.
Dirty Sprite, what the fuck is this? And you glorifying it, and everybody is like, the cover was so crazy.
Right.
He turned it because it was Dirty Sprite. He had to do DS2 because Sprite knew what the fuck it was. Was like, hold on. That ain't what we trying to get into.
Yeah.
But it's like, it was a genius marketing tool. It was genius how they marketed him, where they put his career at that point, and just like you said, the influence that he had, good, bad, or indifferent. You know, it influenced a lot of people, bro.
I hate to say it, but Future a legend. Like Future's a living legend. And now he got a decade in the game now, as far as being on that level.
The tenure, yeah.
Like he probably had his 10-year mark. Like he probably right there with Drake. He had his 10-year mark. I mean, as far as longevity now. And you come on, Jack. You know I would never say nothing like that. You know I never say nothing like that.
Oh yeah.
Just as far as his tenure, like his
Yeah.
longevity that he done had.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that he had that decade mark now.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
Yeah.
I remember, I forget the name of the junk that he had. I forget like the first song that he had that I had heard, but there was round about like my senior year of high school, like 2010 or 11, something like that.
That could have been either 2010 or 11. He had Honest. I got $100 on bottles. I'm just being honest.
Right,
Yeah, he had
right,
Honest.
right, exactly,
I tell you the
exactly.
truth. Yeah. He had
Exactly.
that.
Then he had a whole bunch of features popping off at that
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yep, that's when he started to really break out from Atlanta, and now like niggas know who Future is now.
You really fucked me up though when I think about all of the toxic shit that come along with Future.
and
as
nobody
Future.
have ever said nothing about this nigga.
That's crazy. Man.
Nothing. Why? Cause niggas love Future.
Yeah.
Everybody love Future.
And I don't want to get stuck in a Future conversation, but I really feel like, me personally, and niggas might hate me for this, like Dirty Sprite, I would say he had maybe the 2 albums when he went like back to back trying to get out of his deal to kind of do his own shit.
Yeah.
I can't remember the name of them, but he might have one more album after that was okay.
He done
Like,
put out a
Future
lot
been-
of music.
he
And
been-
the
he
early
been-
last one of them janks sound the same.
He been mid.
Let's be real.
He been mid, like Reggie to me for a minute, bro.
Let's be real. If you heard one Future song, you done heard all them janks.
His last album is like his redemption because he like happy again. He in his relationship, like that's cool. But before that, he was kind of losing me, bro.
We always gonna talk like this, y'all, because this is the main objective where I'ma always be real about it, because we don't care how you feel about it. And that's just how we get into the early time with that. So as far as influence goes, bringing it back, right? And they ain't even go, I'm gonna get off Future. I'm gonna get off y'all nigga. I know y'all mad at us right now.
Yeah.
But with a person who got that type of platform in music, in anything, just in life, even people who behind the scenes, like who is influential, who be pulling the strings, is it important for those people to stand for something and to be like a beacon of light? Because everybody just ain't that. Like everybody, they just, what do you stand for?
Right.
What do you stand for? Regardless of what it ain't gotta be nothing good or positive or progressive.
Right.
It ain't gotta be no black, you ain't gotta stand for women's rights and animals' rights, and
Right.
you ain't gotta be a champion for the gays and all that. But what do you stand for? Do you think that it's important for somebody to stand for something? Just like you said, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's paramount for somebody to stand for something, just so people know what type tip you on?
I do. I believe like a person that don't stand for nothing to fall for anything. Like it sounds
believe that.
cliche, but it's real.
As cliche as
You
it
know
is,
what
I
I'm
believe
saying?
it.
It's
For
real
sure.
because we just take it into, we say, kind of our culture as black men. You get about 12, 13, maybe 14, then once it's that age and that time, it's time to start banging a set. You know what I'm saying? Start looking into something like that. Or it could be put in front of you. You know what I mean? Some people go looking for that, and some people don't have no other options.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a person that doesn't really have like a strong, or even have a strong background, but just trying to find their way. You know what I'm saying? Would side with something like that. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm
then
glad
that
you
gives
mentioned
you
on that too, not to cut you off.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
I don't think people understand, like, as a black man, that's a vital age. I say all the time, between like 12 to 15, that's where you really, and for people that don't know this, and for the niggas that ain't go admit, that's where you really start to like get all your influence comes between though. Like
Yes.
however your teenage years is gonna go,
It's
that
your life.
direction it start right then.
Yeah,
Between
yeah.
12 and 15.
Yeah.
That's when, so it's very vital for people to understand that, and for anybody who out there who got young niggas around you who is that age, try your best to steer them in the right direction
Yeah.
if they between them ages, because that's where
Yeah.
it started.
and that's when they the most human beings are precious when they little.
Yeah.
That ain't the influence that you give them and the stuff that you teach them. That's cool. That's gonna last them till they about 10. You know what I'm saying? But when they get there, that's when they like eggs in a cart and on
Right.
a bumpy ride to Mississippi.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Cause it's like, for real, dog. Like when I was 12, I started smoking. I started smoking weed. I ain't have nothing to do. I ain't have nothing better to do. Boys and Girls Club did it for my parents. You know what I'm saying? YMCA, weed, we can't afford that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's when I first started smoking. And that habit carried me till I was 18. You know what I'm saying? Really heavy. Like,
That's a perfect paradigm of what we're talking
You
about
know
right
what I'm
now.
saying?
That influence at that age where it started at.
and I was influenced by somebody that was older than me that was doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And when I was in that situation, it was like a lot of other things were presented to me. Cocaine, you know, alcohol, all type of stuff. I chose my vice, but had I chosen all of them, who knows where I would have
Who
been?
knows where you be at?
Who knows where I would have been?
And it happened at that tender age of that's still a preteen.
Yeah.
And during those years, like I said, that can be the precipice of something real bad happening.
Yeah.
Cause when something get a hold of your teenage years, just like you said, you like an egg in the car, and you can break real easily.
Yeah. Because you're finding your way. You don't know who you are.
And you trying out a lot of stuff. Like, I don't
Right.
hang out with these guys.
Right.
I don't know if I like these type of girls. I might like girls from the suburbs.
Right.
I might like hood girls. Let me go
Yeah.
over here to the park, get me a park jank.
Yeah.
And shout out to the park girls. I ain't dissing nobody. You hear me? We
Yeah.
love y'all,
That's
but
some of the most showers out there, water
know.
free. I know y'all clean.
but that age right there is very vital as a black man for your influence, bringing about the influence,
Yeah.
everything connecting,
Yeah.
for you to really be you can't nurture yourself at that age.
No,
but for
sir.
you to for yourself to be nurtured by something and somebody,
Yeah.
for you to be on the right type of tip.
Yeah. Yeah.
That at that age is tender.
And it's even more real. Like, I had my mom and my pops. You know what I'm saying? My pops was around, but if I'm 12, my dad might be almost 40, 38, 36, something like that. Something like that. I can't remember the year. 34. It's 34. So if I'm 12, my pop's 34. At 34, you just reaching the point of, all right, I really got it figured out in
Yeah.
a way. I'm better than I was back then. But just think about it, man. When you have children at a certain age, you know, y'all grow up together. He had just really matured. My pops was focused on how to get money. You know what I'm saying? So
To
me and him,
to provide.
to provide. That was his number one thing. And like, look, I put you out here in the world. I moved you from a place where it was more dangerous to something that's a little less dangerous. And now I know you can go out here and play. But when I went out here and I was supposed to be playing, I was faced with all of this stuff.
With all the influence.
Even the gang stuff. I was faced with that too. But I knew for me, I'm not saying nothing wrong with that. I just knew for me I was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
and
saying?
I
I was
respect
cool.
that a lot. Like, a lot of niggas who, you know, who grew up banging, it ain't like you always had a choice.
Yeah.
And I tell people this, me coming from gang culture, I tell people all the time, it ain't like when you in like these places that's densely populated by gang culture, like LA
Right.
and New York and Chicago, where
Right.
you literally you walk out the door, you in it.
Yeah.
You had a choice. I
Right.
made that choice, whatever.
Right.
Still on it, but I respected niggas who didn't jump off the porch on that type tip, because you did
Right.
have a choice.
Right.
And then you have some niggas who's out here just carrying on fake banging or whatever.
Right. Which
Just
is
because such and such and them doing it.
sucker shit. That is so.
That
that's so
jump's
sucker
wild.
shit.
Like, I was talking to my nigga Norm the other day. He from Lafayette. You know, the whole Lafayette shoot part, they all one and the same, for real.
Yeah.
And super thick gang activity out there. But
Yeah.
and a lot of his niggas was on that he grew up with, but he never messed with these because he knew that they weren't for him.
Right.
I respected him a lot for that.
Right.
And any other nigga who denied that, like, no, I'm good, y'all.
Yeah.
And real niggas who really bang for real, like real G's, they gonna respect that.
Right.
They gonna respect that.
Right. That's facts.
Niggas
That's
is gonna respect that.
And at that age of, because I was 13 when I was first presented with gang culture, and I really was, I knew, but I was oblivious at the same time.
Yeah.
So it was like, how it was presented to me, it was like, all right, this is what we own. You with it or you not?
Mm-hmm.
And then it was like somebody that was in that culture that I knew was like soft as a bitch. Like, yeah, bro, either you with it or we gonna make you with it.
Yeah.
And the people that was really active in that was like, bro, relax, bro.
Exactly.
Relax.
The niggas who really getting busy, the niggas
Yeah.
who really active, the niggas who really 10 toes down, niggas is not gonna force you into that lifestyle
Right.
because they when you really own it, you know what comes with it.
Right.
You know what you getting yourself into, so you
Right.
ain't gonna force nobody to make that type of decision.
Yeah.
And to bring it back to what we was talking about, the influence of what's outside is the first thing that as a young man you gravitate towards.
Yeah.
Cause you want to be around your niggas.
Right.
You want to be around the homies. You want to do whatever the girls is liking.
Right.
Niggas do what girls like.
Right.
Niggas
Facts.
more than anything like
Yeah.
niggas do what girls
That
like.
is an underrated influence.
Niggas don't get that.
That's
Like,
an
niggas,
underrated influence
come
in a
on,
lot of
cuz.
this, bro.
Niggas do what girls like.
Cause niggas will go outside and that same thing I was presented with, had I known,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was oblivious to it. Had I known for real that the girls was on some like, yeah, I want a nigga that gang bang.
Yep. And they was on that tip too.
And I would have been, all right, what's up? Give me my, how long we got to fight? Like, what's up?
Listen, I don't care who you is. I don't care if you a square, if you a simp, or how G or how player you keep it.
Mm-hmm.
You do whatever you do because it garners you a certain level of attention from women.
Yeah.
Straight like that.
Yeah.
No matter what type nigga you is. And if you don't, you probably ain't getting no girl.
No.
You ain't hitting on nothing for
Because
real, for real.
it's always something, bro. Influence is all around.
I'm gonna
us,
say
bro.
this, Giles, on camera.
Yeah.
One of the I can dance real good.
Yeah.
I started dancing because that's what girls like. Chris Brown just came out.
Yeah.
Do you hear this middle school, right? Chris Brown had just came out.
Facts.
Oh my God, Chris Brown, he can dance so good. He likes it. Let me see if you can run it, run. We can run it.
Facts.
Because that's
Facts.
what girls like.
Yeah.
At that age, being influenced, they're bringing it back.
Yeah.
That's what girls like. So I'm a dancing nigga. Let me
Yeah.
do the
Yeah,
hat trick and everything.
everything. Yeah.
Like that's why I started dancing.
That's real, man. And it's so crazy because, like I said, influence is around us everywhere, bro. Everywhere. Like, it's real, man. Like, and even what kept me, I just hit back on this point, like with the gang culture. What like really kept me out of it is that I'm from Shoot Park. That's my neighborhood. I lived there almost damn near 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I've seen dudes that I've run with shoulder to shoulder, basketball, you know what I'm saying? If shit pop off, and what's real, you don't even have to be in the game.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Our high school was so diverse
Yeah.
that we was getting Bloods, the Crips, the Folks,
Yeah.
the all type of shit was in our high school.
I think we might have been the only school that was like that for real, for real.
Man, and it was
Like,
so
that joint was
diverse.
like-
It was like Eastside High Dog.
For real.
Like because you came out a year before me, but my freshman year, that's when shit was active.
Yeah.
Freshman and sophomore year,
Yeah.
shit was active. And it was like one of the dudes that the first fight I got in when I moved to Shoot Park. One of the first fights I got in, he caught like crazy years, football numbers.
Mm.
And that wasn't, it probably was related or could have not been. I just didn't know, and I knew that he was affiliated with that, and I'm like, look, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm cool. So I just say that to say it's influence everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And like I was saying when I brought it back to when you asked what influence is, that was an example he didn't even know he was setting for me not to go that route. You know, he
But you was
influenced me.
influenced by what you didn't want to happen.
Exactly.
What not to do, a path that you don't want to see yourself go down.
Right.
Shoot, we can call that indirect influence.
Yeah.
Just to get a title.
Yeah. It was
Indirect
influence. And he was younger than me.
That's crazy.
Influence come from anywhere.
That's crazy.
Anywhere.
That's
You
crazy.
influenced me to not want to pick up the game and have to do what I put in my mind that was why he did it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, I wasn't with that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it gives people purpose. You know, something, and it's not all bad to be in the game. It's a
not,
lot.
I tell people that all the time.
It's a lot of shit that, as black men, it gave us something to stand on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It let you know this type of shit I'm with, this the type of shit we do, and the gang shit, niggas, gangs make thousandaires, millionaires.
Yeah.
You know what
For real,
I'm saying?
that's
From the
a
game.
fact. That's
You
a
know what I'm
fact, though.
saying?
That's
A
a
black
fact.
man, and if you think about it more so from the aspect of a black man being in the gang and what the negative connotation with that is, but think about it. This is a black man that made $1 million, however the fuck he made it.
Yeah.
I can't do nothing but respect it,
And
regardless
then-
of where you come from.
And then if he on the set, you know he had to put niggas on too.
Exactly.
So it's probably niggas who made thousands and thousands of dollars underneath him.
Right,
He at the top. He the apex.
right,
But I'm sure, and that's just how gang culture is. If it's
Yeah.
on the head, it trickles on down.
Right.
Niggas, you getting money, niggas is getting money too.
right.
So
And
it's
a-
enterprise.
It's a sharing society, for real. Like, when you come home from jail, you hit the niggas up in your gang and they get you right with
Jazz,
money.
I say this, right? I tell people this all the time, and you can attest to this from your experience and things that you've observed and witnessed. I'm gonna tell y'all this from experience. Gang culture is a whole lot more. It's not as bad as nowhere near as people make it seem.
Right.
It's a lot. In my experience, and I'm sure a lot of other niggas who really own it, who been on it, can say that. I jumped off the porch when I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
GDs, weak folks, straight like that though.
Right.
I was with niggas over here,
Yeah.
and it won't no pressure.
Yeah.
You know, it just happened like that.
Right.
The niggas that these were my friends, these were my niggas, my closest friends at the time, just so happened to gang bang.
Right.
So I'm GD too. We folks now.
Yeah.
That's just how it went.
Right.
And in my experience, that was 15. So I got the better part of more than a decade in the game now, and I'm still really hands on with it.
Right.
I say that to say this: it's not as bad as people make it seem. It's just like anything in life. It's gonna be whatever you make it.
Right.
You can be out here on some dumb jump, fighting and shooting and stabbing, killing everybody up, or you can be on some get money type jump.
Right.
You can be influenced and you can move a certain way. That's with anything. I learned this a very simple statement, an old adage that I learned from an old head. You can even do bad things in a good way.
That's true.
It's a good way to even do bad things.
Right.
It's all about how you move and how you current it.
I'm gonna rob you, but I'm not gonna kill you.
Right.
You know?
Look, if I rob you, I'm gonna wear a mask.
Yeah.
I'm gonna case the joint.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what's going
Make
on.
sure ain't no kids in there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Versus me, I need this quick money. Let me go in here.
Yeah.
That's a perfect paradigm for that.
Right. No bullshit. That's real, bro.